I want to know what your job actually entails.
I'm a military clerk. That's basically working for the AGC, which is the Adjutant General Corps, providing staff and personnel support.
And Jess, what do you do?
I'm in the RMP, which stands for the Royal Military Police. I'm in charge of discipline in the army, statement taking, and just the usual crimes that go on in civilian streets in the army.
And Faye?
I'm in the Royal Artillery, and I'm with a locating regiment, which is unmanned aerial vehicles, so little spy planes, and we look after the troops on the ground.
Tracy?
I'm the same as Simon, in the Adjutant General's Corps as a military clerk, and my job is, for my regiment, I put all the guys through the courses.
Emily?
I'm a major in the Royal Artillery. I go forward with the infantry and you find the enemy and bring fire down onto the enemy.
Okay, and Lucy?
Hi, I'm an officer in the Royal Signals and we provide the high-level communications within the army.
So when you're training, I mean, did you all train alongside the men, or do they split up the men and the women?
It's just the females and males now, isn't it, doing separate training?
Yeah.
To prevent injuries, so we now train females separate to males.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I think it is a good idea because we've got our own, we've same standards, but at the same time we come up at different levels. So males will become fitter very quickly and girls might take a little bit longer.
What if you just can't carry your kit?
You have to. You have to carry your kit, Ross. If you go out in the field and you're not carrying your kit, you're not going to be able to survive.
You can't carry your kit, you can't do your job.
Yeah.
It's just part of your mindset.
See, I must say, I mean, they're not just expected to throw a Bergen at you and you carry it. You build up to that. So I don't want anyone to think that you just carry this weight and that's it, you're expected to carry it. You build up to that.
What do you think the army's taught you?
Even the man management skills are amazing that you pick up.
Yeah.
You get given such a large amount of responsibility at such a young age, and I don't think there's any civilian job which would be the same at all.
And also just the general things, maturity, confidence in the job, it's just your life skills.
So advice to anyone watching, thinking, do you know what, I might just give this a go, what would you say?
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it. You never know what it's like until you're actually here doing it and loving it and enjoying it.
What makes a woman want to join the army?
For me, it was a challenge. I didn't want a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to, I wanted to be outdoors. The army seemed like a massive family environment. There was a clear career structure where it enabled you to get qualified as well.
Tracy, I know for you, it was pretty much expected of you to join the army, wasn't it?
Yeah, because my father was in the army.
Yeah.
I always wanted to join the army because I loved seeing him go out in his uniform, going away to all these places and telling me all about it. And been here for 15 years now.
Emily, what about you?
I'd always enjoyed the outdoors, and so I joined the army and I was at Sandhurst within 2 months of applying. So
thinking, what on earth have I done?
Yeah.
Everyone's shouting at me.
Yeah, but it's great. It is great. I've been in 10 years and haven't looked back since.
Excellent, excellent. And Jess, you've got quite a poignant reason, really.
Yeah, it was always in the back of my mind that I wanted to join the army, and then I went to New York with my mum on just a bit of a break after September the 11th, and for some reason, that's when I decided it was that day, I'm definitely joining the army. I just thought, yeah, I want to give something back.
Do you think it's teaching you skills that you can use?
Not everybody gets a chance to go away to Iraq, Afghanistan and see what, and do what the job that we do.
Certainly during your 20s, you change so much anyway. And I think by joining the army, as you said, you can mature very, very quickly.
But I've also get the impression that there's quite a lot of scope for sort of changing your career within the army.
I was a mechanic for 11 years.
Yeah.
And then I transferred, and now I'm in the AGC, which is the Adjutant General's Corps. So there's always scope to change.
Rather than lose you, the army would like to support you in retraining you and putting you in a different job, so it's very supportive that way.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Do you feel the British Army is well respected abroad?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How'd you get that
I've
feedback?
worked with the Americans, I've worked with the Dutch, and I've worked with the Italians, and they all say, how professional the British Army are. And that sounds really corny as well, but it's true.
People say we are the best army in the world, and I think we all believe that as well.
Yeah.
So it must be true.
How do you find sort of being in the army as far as a social life is concerned? You've actually been in the army the least time, I think, Si, haven't you?
Indeed, yeah. I've had no issues going out with all the lads, though. It's like going out with your family, and they sort of all take care of each other, and it's great.
How does it compare, having lived in the Civvy Street? Do you have good accommodation?
I have something called Z-type accommodation. That's single rooms with an ensuite bathroom, and it is your own room. You have 6 bedrooms within a self-contained flat. Now we have a flat of females and the rest of the block is lads.
Yeah.
The accommodation is really nice.
But you have a baby on the way.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How's life going to change when you have a baby?
I think it's going to change a lot.
Yeah. Ignoring the sleepless night.
Yes, exactly. No, essentially I go on maternity leave and I will get 11 months off, which is 6 months full pay, 3 months statutory pay, which is about £100 a week, and then your annual leave, which is 6 weeks a year, also accrues whilst you're on maternity leave.
I think the Army has got a fantastic support network. It's got unit welfare officers, so there's someone in post that's ready to listen to your every need. And also what you've got around you is people that have been through it before, so that they will help you as well. And like everybody has said so far, the Army's like a massive family, so if you can't do it, there'll be someone that's only too willing to help you out in whatever it is that you need.
What in general do you think, has really surprised you about Army life?
Friends.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we've all got friends in civilian street, but the friends you make in the Army, they've been through what you've been through. They know, when you're having a bad day, and they're just fantastic. My friends in the Army will be my friends for life.
You know what I'd love to know about is how it feels to be a woman in the Army, because I think you're all brave for doing it in the first place.
I don't think my experiences are much different to what a man's experiences would be.
Yeah.
Initially, you do have to work harder, being a female, to get maybe males' respect.
Right.
But I think that's in every job, not just in the Army.
Yeah, I think there's a real fine line between banter and bullying, and I think that it's how the individual takes it.
Yeah.
And I think if you join the Army, you've got to have a certain something about you. I think you've got to be able to stick up for yourself, maybe, and you've got to give as good as you get.
Do you think, you said that it is very much like a family, or, sort of living together, but like a family, there's going to be times when you can't stand the sight of each other. How do you resolve that?
To tell you the truth, most of us get over our little huffs and puffs quite quickly anyway, and you have to, because you're back out on exercise or you're back training with them, so you've just got to get on with it, really.
Yeah, you're just always going to end up relying on someone, and that could be the person that you've had a bit of an argument with, and it has got to be sorted.
And as long as you're not working, you can go home, you can go and visit friends, so you're not with people 24/7.
Do you think there are enough female role models in the Army?
When I joined, and probably when you joined, there weren't that many. Certainly when I joined my first regiment, I was the only girl in my battery, which is the equivalent of a company.
Yeah.
But there were other girls in the regiment that I could go and chat to.
But that's you and how many men?
About 100 guys.
Wow.
I don't think you need a female role model, though.
Right.
You just need a good role model.
Yeah.
And there's maybe not one perfect person. There's lots of qualities that you'll take from different people. And whether they're male or female, it really, really doesn't matter.
Have you noticed in your time in the Army the number of women coming through has really increased?
Oh yeah, well I joined 15 years ago, and there was very minimal women back then. And now, there's everywhere you go, in near enough every cat badge, there's a woman there doing a job.
What about the money side of things, though? You're obviously working as hard, if not harder. Are you getting paid the same?
Exactly the same.
Do you know that?
Yeah. I do pay.
Yeah, me too. And it's all listed in various journals for us and on the internet for us to show us exactly how much pay we get.
Lucy, what does it mean to you to be a soldier?
Well, firstly, it's a massive privilege to serve one's country, I suppose, and to be able to do that abroad and at home.
Yeah. Do you feel that responsibility, not only in the uniform, but just as you're walking around as you are now in your civvy clothes?
Yeah, we have a set of values and standards in the Army, and you uphold those whether you're wearing uniform or whether you're in civilians. And I think they're close to everyone's hearts. It's drummed into you from basic training, and you do abide by those throughout your whole life, really.